Hey y'all, hope everyone is doing well. So for this assignment, I decided to focus my attention on Chapter 6, which discusses facial recognition. This chapter stood out to me because biometric technology is everywhere nowadays. From your phone to your laptop, the majority of devices have an option to sign in other than a passcode, whether that be using your fingerprint, your Face ID, etc. Not only that, but the examples in this chapter had interested me more than any other chapter that we have read so far in this class. The example that I would like to focus on for this assignment is the case about Robert Williams. This is an individual who was wrongfully arrested back in 2020 due to a wrong match with facial recognition. It's important to note that this was the first publicly reported incident of false facial recognition. What's crazy to me is that he was arrested 2 years after this crime had occurred, because the crime occurred in 2018 and he wasn't arrested until 2020. And the reason for his arrest was because someone, not him, stole roughly $3,800 worth of merchandise from a Shinola store. There were a couple of things that stood out to me about this example. One of them was that he was arrested in front of his 2 young daughters, along with his wife. In our textbook, it had mentioned that his daughters were 2 and 5 years old at the time of his arrest. That's crazy. I cannot even imagine how scary that could be for someone that young to witness their father being arrested. I would be traumatized. I just can't imagine that. To make things worse, he was also in plain sight of any neighbors. Because of this, it probably caused him to be embarrassed. And he was also probably confused because prior to his arrest, he got a phone call from the Detroit police stating that he's going to be arrested, that there was like a warrant, like he committed a crime. Originally, he thought it was a prank. I mean, prank calls happen all the time. Like, you get spam calls from, at least me, I get spam calls from everybody, and I'm just like from random companies. This incident and story example connects to discrimination, considering police thought it was him, but did not know 100%. They didn't know 100% because the video surveillance was blurry, and all it showed was an African-American male. Literally could be anybody. It is also discrimination because he just happened to fit the description due to being, like I said, an African-American male, and the data that the facial recognition has is probably only toward a certain group of individuals. These AI systems can reinforce bias by having higher error rates for Black, Indigenous, and Asian people. This system should not exist as it is and has many improvements that it needs to make. Wrongfully accusing people of crimes has been an issue for a while now, and that is one of the many major problems in our criminal justice system. A step in the right direction to prevent this from happening again would be to fix the data that the facial recognition system has. Ensure that it is unbiased in whatever way possible. Just try to ensure that, and have actual human beings check every small, minute detail over. A thing that I will finish off with for this video discussion is by asking a question. Will facial